Bam. UFC 275 is finally over, and I'm here to give you a review. Kicking things straight off, just a little disclaimer, I'm not doing the whole card just like last time. I'm just going to go over those top three fights in the main event. So I just want to jump straight into that first fight, Zhongwei versus Joanne. That fight was insane. Once again, the fight before was a fight of the year. This one was a performance of the night bonus. Like I said, Zhongwei took the dub. She used her offensive wrestling to put Joanna down. She mauled her on the ground. It was bad. Elbows, fists, everything. The first round was a little more competitive. Joanna was touching Zhongwei and stunning her. But when it came to that second round, after Joanna got back off the floor from the ground and pound, she overextended on a punch, and Zhongwei used that to her advantage and spun around with a spinning back. Oh my gosh, she hit her with a spinning back forearm. Joanna was out, face flat on the floor. The worst thing about it is she retired after this. And I'm talking about crap, but I still respect Joanna a lot as a fighter. She did a lot for the women's MMA division. That's still fairly new. I think they've only been around for like 10 years, maybe, compared to MMA in general. The UFC, it's been around since the late 80s, early 90s. So she did a lot for the sport, so it was sad to see her go, but great win for Zhang. She should definitely fight Carla Esparza next. I don't know who else she has to fight. She's a monster, very well trained, very humble, and I would love to see her fight Carla next. Moving on to the co-main event, Teixeira Santos versus Valentina Shevchenko. And I'm going to tell you this right before anything. I'm never forgetting Teixeira Santos' name. Teixeira Santos 100%, no doubt, gave Valentina Shevchenko her hardest defense of all time. I'm talking from round 1 to round 5. She was taking her to the ground, putting her in uncomfortable situations, attacking her with a lot of submissions. But Valentina, bro, she showed the heart of a champion. She was able to dominate on the feet and stun Tyler plenty of times, throwing her into the cage. A lot of people's argument is that Tyler had a lot of control time on the floor and was holding her there, but I just don't think she did enough. But I'll tell you right now, she did enough to get my attention, and like I said, I'll never forget her. It was a great fight from start to finish, and Valentina she's the fan favorite. Not only that, she just looked great, her striking, and honestly, I don't think she underestimated her. She attempted her own takedowns near the end of the fight, and they were very successful, very easy for her. It just shows that she's a true champion, and I'm happy for her. After the fight in the interview, she didn't really say like who she wanted next. As a champion, you're usually not supposed to be chasing fights anymore, but just because of how shallow her division is, I'm surprised she didn't call anybody out. But obviously, she's ready for anybody, and honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they created the rematch off that fight. Moving on to the main event, honestly, had to have been fight of the year for sure, definitely. Uriah versus Glover Teixeira was not only fight of the year, the best light heavyweight fight of all time. Over Alexander Gustafsson versus John Jones, all that. I'm telling you, from round 1 to round 5, fireworks. I've never seen a fighter fight like Uriah. The way he fights, it's gorgeous. It truly is beautiful. Uriah Prochazka's movement was something I've never seen before. He was able to use that against Glover, and him being a little older and slower, and really looked like he was dancing with this man. Tapping him up on the face, on the body. And another thing about the body is that was something that I didn't expect from Uriah, is to work the body, and he worked the body very well, But one thing about Glover, like I said before, was definitely not a slouch. And 100%, if he would have made it through round 5, would have won the fight. I think 2 judges' scorecards had him winning, and that's all you need in UFC. But as we all know, Uriah was able to withstand all of this pressure, all of the submissions, all of the striking, and was able to get his own submission in the 5th round. Obviously, Glover was very tired, but it just shows the heart on this kid and how bad he wants it. And that was his 3rd fight in the UFC. He's 29 years old. Like I said, that was the greatest light heavyweight fight I've ever seen, because Glover threw everything at him, and Glover rocked him bad. And the 5th round, it looked like Uriah was folded over. He was getting rocked bad. But his problem was he would rock Uri, and he had to have been tired because he's going straight for the takedown, you know? It's just muscle memory for him. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, and that's what he does. It definitely cost him the fight. I think he still looks great. Glover is in great condition, and he can definitely still fight and compete. I want to see him again. But Uri, man, he is a problem. I'm not sure what's next. I know Jan Blachowicz really wants that fight, but I just don't think he's done enough. I think it's a good fight matchup, you know, the unorthodox striking versus the Polish power. But what has Jan Blachowicz done? You know what I'm saying? He fought Alexander Rakic, won the fight due to him, you know, messing up his own knee. In the fight before that, you know, obviously lost to Glover Teixeira. So I'm not sure what's next for Uri. I really do want to see him fight the winner of Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith. But you guys don't even know who that is. And that's the thing about UFC. You got to be a people's champ before you even get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Other than all that, the card itself had to have been the best card of the year for sure. From the start of the main event to the end of the main event, man. It was gorgeous. And honestly, matchmakers are doing really well because I'm so excited for what's coming. We just got the announcement. Kamaru Usman is fighting Leon Edwards August 20th. I'm guessing that's the main event. So I'm super excited. You know what I'm saying? We knew this fight was going to come for a while now. And now we finally got a date, and we could just get our popcorn and chips and just get ready for this. Make sure you guys stay tuned and subscribe. Turn the post notification bell on just so you see when we upload. Also, don't forget to like, drop a comment. I read all the comments. I respond to them all. So don't be afraid to comment anything. Other than that, I appreciate y'all and stay safe.